Hey YouTube, Ryan Knight here. Gonna go ahead and make this video. If anyone watching this is worried about the whole Fukashima thing, the reactor leak that's going on because of the earthquake that ended up happening, and they're worried about the effect that it's gonna be having on America and the ocean and the wildlife and all that, let me just give it to you straight. Alright, the isotopes that are involved in this, there's only one that you need to worry about, and let's just say this. With the amount of that isotope that would be going into the water, the threat's going to be gone well before it could even travel to America. So, and even if it gets absorbed into wildlife, it'll either kill off that wildlife or it'll end up reaching the end of its half-life before it could ever get to your fucking dinner plate. Just because something dies doesn't mean that the radioactive isotopes in it stop decaying. So, calm the fuck down on that. You're not going to end up getting the iodine from it. So, that's the one you really have to worry about. That's the dangerous one. That's the one that, if you ingest that, you're probably having a bad day, year, or rest of your life. But the other ones, they don't give off enough radiation to even make a difference, especially since you're dispersing these isotopes into the water. So, at that point, I'll be nice. I'll be nice and just, I'll give you what's the most likely scenario. And that is, you're probably going to have about a 0.2, somewhere around in there. It might be 0.3 or it might be 0.15. Basically reactions, you know, so you're looking at one atom reacting per second. All right, now that's not a big deal. You know, the thing is a single atom reacting, nothing on this planet will respond to it other than something that is specifically made to respond to it. No living creature is going to get killed by that. Not even an amoeba. So, calm the fuck down. And when I'm saying that, I'm talking about per cubic meter of water. Now, me, I can guzzle some water, all right? I'll admit that. But even I can't sit there and guzzle a cubic meter of water per second. And even if and that's with them dumping 300 tons a day of that water into the ocean. The only people that are going to be negatively affected by that should be pissed off about it, are the people living right next to that fucking reactor. The local fishermen, all of that. They're the only ones that are going to be in any real peril. But people sitting there and saying, oh, the U.S. is going to have to be evacuated. Shut the fuck up. You don't know the first thing that you're talking about with radiation. You get more radiation flying on a motherfucking plane. And I'm talking about far more radiation. Hell, your body, just with the natural radioactive isotopes that you have in your body, you give off more radiation per second than, or should I say, around the same. Let's go worst case scenario for the water and the normal case scenario for us. All right? Let's go ahead and do that. You're giving off the same amount of radiation as 500,000 cubic meters of that water per second. So if you're worried about that and you're saying that that is so fucking unhealthy, then guess what? You are more of a threat to the environment per second. Just by existing. Hell, you piss out more radioactive isotopes than that every second. And I know you're not pissing every fucking second. I'm talking about storing it in your fucking bladder. Jesus Christ, people. Use your fucking brains. This is the reason why we don't have jetpacks. People are so worried about things that they have no fucking clue about. Then you get people who have no fucking clue about it, whipping everyone else up into a fucking frenzy with their fucking stupidity so they can try to make a quick buck. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Alex Jones. The guy does make some good points every once in a while. You know, the very, very long stints in between. Guy's a little bit on the crazy side. But the thing is him sitting there and trying to peddle that fucking snake oil of his. Nah, seriously, fuck him on that. He's whipping people up into a panic over nothing. He's acting like if that fucking reactor fails, that it's going to be the same as us getting hit by 10 fucking nukes. Now, if the reactor actually melts down and all that, yeah, of course, you know, the people of Fukushima got to get the fuck out of Dodge. And there's probably a pretty big section of Japan that's going to have some World War II flashbacks, but that's about it. I'm talking about as far as radiation. I'm not even talking about as far as explosion goes. You're not going to have an explosion. You're just going to have a lot of radioactive material. And it's going to stay basically concentrated in that spot. And the stuff that does make it into the water is going to end up getting dissipated anyway. Any of the fish that eat that are going to die really quick and then sink to the bottom of the ocean. Problem solved. Nature took care of it. So calm the fuck down. Put away your bug out bags. We got more pressing issues going on at this point. Hell, as far as hierarchy of things that are threatening, air conditioning is more threatening. You're actually making the feminists look good. Stop it.